Hey YouTube, sorry, I have to get the computer set up so that it's okay. That's better. Sorry about that. Hi. So, I know this is going to be sort of a totally different. Do you remember that video? Well, this one is for kids and adults, but I made a video, I think it was just for adults, about my top 10 beer recommendations, my top favorite beers. And I was thinking about something else that I have some information about, and I decided to do a video on YouTube about my fragrance recommendations. And this one I can make for kids and adults because teenagers are considered kids still, and some teenagers get into perfumes and colognes. And so this video is for kids and adults. Okay. Um, so my recommendations are uh, going to include both Avon catalog fragrances and also what I call boutique fragrances. Boutique meaning the upper echelon name brand fragrances that you would find at the department stores and the mall. Uh, those also. So anyway, here we go. Now I tell you this as an Avon uh, fan, and at times I'm still connected to Avon as a sales rep, but I don't really promote that anymore. And before I get into my fragrance recommendations, I do want to say something about the Avon catalog of products. I am still a fan of Avon. I have been a loyal representative of selling their products since the mid 90s. But Avon has changed a lot as far as a company goes. It used to be, everybody knew that it was just the girl with the little booklets going either door to door or, around town saying Avon calling. But things have changed, especially the past 20 years as the internet became more and more of the marketplace, and Avon's website grew and got popular. The Avon sales reps really don't do what they used to do. And so I sort of got a little turned off about it as a sales rep because they're not even welcome anymore by most of the businesses and establishments that used to be more generous and kind about letting Avon sales reps promote the products there. And without that, and with their website being more popular, it's just it's not what I I used to think it was. It's changed. So have I. I had to change too. I still love Avon. I still love their products. And they're going to be mentioned in my recommendations of fragrances. But as far as something I told a bunch of people, mostly women, um, that were looking for an entrepreneurial opportunity. And this was about 5 or 6 years ago. I was really trying to use Avon's company and catalog to give women hope, women who were older or unemployable or just, didn't know what to do, couldn't find a job. I was trying to give them hope with the Avon catalog. And sadly, I can't offer that as the hope that they're looking for anymore because I tried it myself and it's not what it used to be. The products are still great, but as far as a job goes, it's not the hope that I thought it was. So I apologize to anybody that I gave a false hope to. Okay, anyway, now I'll go to my recommendations of fragrance products from the Avon catalog and also from the boutique mall type perfumes and colognes. All right, let's start with Avon's catalogs products. They have mostly perfumes for women, but they do have men's colognes as well. The ones that I'm going to recommend for women are the classics. I'm not going to recommend their, you know, specials or promotionals or temporaries because I don't know that much about those. And I mostly stuck to selling and using the classics. So if you don't know the classics, I recommend them, and they are Haiku, Perceive, Timeless, Far Away, Rare Pearls, Amari, and Skin So Soft. Those are the classics from the Avon catalog, and most of them come in the perfume liquid bottle, and also most of them have the roll-on deodorant as well. Um, Same scent, of course, and they're all very reasonably priced. Usually, no more. Usually ranging from $10 to $20, and they're for a tight budget. They're a lovely catalog, a lovely array of products for a tight budget with a wonderful scent. Okay, um, now they have some for men also, um, and they don't have a lot for men, but the four that I'm going to recommend, I'm also going to call these the classics of the Avon catalog. Wild Country, Black Suede, Perceive for Men, and Mesmerize. Those are the four classics of the Avon catalog that I recommend for selling, but definitely for using. For the men, if they are into the Old Spice or Stetson style of cologne, they will probably appreciate Wild Country. If you like the Perry Ellis type of colognes, you'll probably like Black Suede. If you like Giorgio colognes, you'll probably like Perceive for Men. And if you like the Calvin Klein Obsession cologne, then you'll probably like Mesmerize. Those are my Avon catalog recommendations for perfumes and colognes. Um, I'll go back for a moment to the women's perfumes from the Avon catalog and say that most of the ones that I mentioned, Haiku, Perceive, Timeless, Far Away, Rare Pearls, those are very flowery and soft. But if you're looking for a muskier one, Amari is the more musky scent. The Skin So Soft isn't really marketed as a fragrance, though it does have a scent. It is mostly marketed as a skincare product, but it's definitely a classic from their catalog, and it can be both, and they have products that can fit under both categorizations. Okay, so now I'll move on to the boutique recommendations, which are the perfumes and colognes that you can find at the mall. And I only put one, two, three, four. I only put five brand names on this list. So we'll just call this my top five picks of brand name fragrances. Now, um, there are there are two for men and two for women, and one that has both men and women. So we will now go to this top five list of boutique brand name fragrances, my top fives. Okay, they're not in any particular order. I'm going to say that I have these equally, uh, merited on this list. They're all big names. I'm sure you've heard of these names. And if you agree or disagree, I don't know what to say about that. But here are the top five. Dolce& and Gabbana. I recommend that for men. They do have women's perfumes. I don't know the women's scents. I have smelled um, several of the men's Dolce& and Gabbana scents, and they are just incredible, beautiful, divine. I mean, wow. Dolce& and Gabbana, definitely recommend it for men. Okay, the other one for men that I recommend is Calvin Klein. everyone knows what Obsession, and but they have others, and I don't know. Again, I don't know the scents that they've put out for women, Calvin Klein scents for women. I don't know those scents, but so far everything that I have smelled of the men's colognes, the colognes from Calvin Klein, so far everything I've smelled from Calvin Klein has been top notch. Okay, now I'll go to the two that I recommend for women, the top brand name for women. The two that I recommend for women are Elizabeth Taylor. Uh, I think White Diamonds is one of her famous perfumes, but she has a whole bunch. She has, I mean, that name has a lot of fragrances. I think she also puts out some men's stuff, but I recommend that name for women. And the other one is Dior. Now, Dior, I mean, I know a lot of people have forgotten about Dior, and a lot of people will probably say that there's a lot more, brand names that are more competitive or better, whatever, than Dior. But Dior, Christian Dior, Dior. I recommend Dior for women. Yes, I have. Maybe it's just my nose. Maybe I just love what they do in the fragrance department. I don't know. But if you don't know about Dior, Christian Dior women's fragrances, I'd say go take a sniff and judge for yourself. Because I mean, I've not been disappointed by that name. And then, okay, finally, the last one on the top five list, of course, not in any order. This one is this company has fragrances for both men and women, and I've smelled both the perfumes and the colognes, and they're amazing. I mean, I just love them. And that's Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder, just it's not. It's amazing. It's every product for men, for women, everything. I love everything about their products. I mean, again, if you don't know anything about Estee Lauder, you need to go like check that out. Seriously, I mean, Estee Lauder is amazing. It's so amazing. You won't be disappointed. I've never been disappointed by Estee Lauder. Anyway, all right. Well, um, that's all I can say about the fragrances. I hope that if you are considering fragrances, you'll go give those a sniff if you don't know them, and if you, uh, you know, were looking for a recommendation, I hope that this helped you. I know I made this for also for children, but the teenagers. I'd actually like to make a specific list for teenagers because these that I have recommend from the Avon and Boutique lists, I do think that they're better for, you know, 18 and up. I think that if you're starting at 15 and 16 with the fragrance, there are better recommendations than this list for that age group. But that's just my opinion. And anyway, happy sniffing.